So Cullman Today, I'm with the new chairman of the Cullman County Republican Party, Waid Harbison. Waid, you're the new chairman. Congratulations.
Thank you, Tim.
How did that come about? Did you get on a ballot someplace and campaign, or?
Well, that's actually done through the Cullman County Republican Party, our executive committee. We meet basically every single month, and for 2 years we elect a chairman for a different time slot. So Kelly Duke has been the chairman for the past 2 years. I've been serving as his vice chairman now for 2 years. So Kelly was ready to kind of step back, take a little bit lesser of a role. So I threw my name out there and just said that I would like to be the next chairman. So,
well, I've got to tell you, you're a brave man. Kelly did a good job. He's going to be a hard act to follow.
He did a fantastic job. We've had a lot of great leaders come through the executive committee and through the Republican Party over the years. So I'm looking forward to step up and doing some new things.
Well, now you're no stranger to leading parties and movements. You were the head of the teenage Cullman Republican Party who did great things a few years back, right?
That's true. That's very true. I was actually the chairman of the Young Republicans back in 2009 and 2010. 2010 is one of those elections I think a lot of people remember probably. Cullman County kind of went red for the first time, as did the whole state of Alabama. It was the first time we had really elected all of the Republican officials here, in a very, very long time, over 100 years in the state. 136 years had been under Democratic leadership, and we turned that red. So we put in a lot of hours with that, and that was a great organization. We had about 120 kids at all the different county high schools, the city high school. Really, really good organization, a lot of fun. We actually won a national award in 2011 and 2012 for the best club in the nation, actually, for the Teenage Republicans. So I do want to bring a lot of the same kind of things that I did with that organization into our party to help us, be a little bit more active and do some new things.
Sure,
so,
and you've also got a young new vice chairman.
That's true. Alex Chaney. He's fantastic. I think he's going to do a very good job. And I really wanted Alex. I actually kind of jokingly before all this happened asked him if he would do it, and he was a little bit hesitant, but I think he's going to be a fantastic person to step in and do this. I think he's really excited about coming in and doing some good things on the committee.
Vice Chairman Alex Chaney. Mr. Chaney, you've just been elected as the vice chairman of the Cullman County Republican Party. It's a big honor. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
How did that come about? Did you poll? Did you campaign? How did this occur?
Well, I think it's easy to get the job when nobody else wants it.
I got you.
But no, I was fortunate to be elected. Selected. Waid Harbison has been elected as the new chairman, and I'm looking forward to working with him for the Republican Party.
Well, it's an important job being the vice chair. I mean, you have to back him up if he's unavailable, and I suspect you might get some work delegated your way. What do you anticipate your role is going to be?
We have several committees under the Republican Party. I would be working with those committee chairs and trying to just choreograph the whole Republican Party in one. We have these breakfasts the first Saturday of every month. It's one of our big issues that we go forward with. We have speakers from all across the state. So we just kind of try to back the Republican candidates and move forward.
Yeah, well, I go to all the meetings, and I've got to interview a lot of your speakers. Great speakers. Even if the public's not interested in politics per se, the insights these folks deliver about what's happening in this state and this country are really pretty amazing to me.
Sure. No, especially with the legislative session coming in beginning of next month, I believe. We need to get people out and be educated on what's happening in your community.
Yeah, and I asked Mr. Harbison this question, I'm asking you. It looks like there's a youth movement occurring in the local Republican Party. You're both a young man compared to a lot of the membership. What's that about? It's like the younger generation's taking over here.
Well, historically, the Republican Exec Committee has been made up of more senior members of the community, I guess. So it's just that we're looking forward to taking the reins and trying to move the Republican Party into the future.
Well, I know both of you guys reasonably well. I think it'd be progressive and forward-moving, and it'd be interesting to see what happens. So, Alex, what will you think your first official act as vice chairman will be? Have you thought about that?
Well, actually, we were talking about it. Me and Waid were looking at it. We're going to do a legislative committee, which pretty much keeps up with how the different legislators are voting. So that way it's going to do two things. It's going to keep the citizens apprised of what their legislators are putting into legislation and how they're voting, and hopefully educate the people of Cullman County. And
educate the members of the party. That sounds like a great idea. Thanks for speaking with me. I know you got a busy law practice. I'll let you get back to it.
Thanks, sir.
All right, now, Waid, let's talk about what I call the youth movement in the Cullman County Republican Party. You and Mr. Chaney are both young men compared to the membership.
Sure.
How'd that happen?
Well,
That's a lot of confidence putting you guys.
That's very true. Yeah, and it's a kind of been historically older people, that have been on the executive committee, and I was actually put on the executive committee for the first time in 2010 when I was the chairman of the Young Republicans, and I was 16 years old at the time when I got put on that, and it's interesting to see how the dynamic has changed. But back then, I think the next youngest person on the committee was probably about 50 years old. So it's kind of gotten a little bit younger. Kelly Duke obviously is in his 30s, and we had a chairman before that, Kenneth Cornelius, that was a little bit younger. So it's just started to transition a little bit younger, and I think younger people are wanting to take more of an active role in the party and stepping up to help lead things in the future. And I think they realize that now's the time to step in and do something big for the party down the road. So
Well, now that you've got the gavel, what do you think your first major policy or initiative will be as chairman?
Well, I think, one of the biggest initiatives I'm looking at right now is I would really like for us to get a little bit more involved in the community-wise and just kind of stay in front of people throughout the off-election season. So we're making good impressions with people. We're doing good things, maybe doing some charitable fundraisers and things like that. I also want to see us start fundraising right now for 2018 because I think we will have some probably tougher elections in 2018 for Republicans with some of the things that have gone on in the state. So fundraising is going to be one of the key things we're looking at right now. And also in February, the state legislature will start out. So we're looking at doing some things with the state legislature to kind of let them know what our opinions are as the executive committee as far as some hot button, topics that are going to be going on in the next legislative session.
A lot to do. It's a big responsibility. You
Absolutely.
ready? You ready for the job?
I think I'm ready for it, Tim.
All right, right on. Well, how much you get back to work? You're running a whole separate business down here for the city park. So thanks for your time.
Thank
I
you,
appreciate it
Tim.
very much.
Good to be here. Thank you.